All right, so we're diving into match day 27 of LaLiga EA Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Big weekend.
Huge weekend.
You sent that Welcome Today document over.
Yeah,
A lot to unpack. A
absolutely.
lot of interesting insights beyond just,
Beyond the scores.
the scores in the standing.
Right. And I think that's what we want to do.
Exactly.
We want to kind of get under the surface here.
Yeah, we'll start with the match that wasn't played, of course.
Yes.
The
Great.
FC Barcelona versus Osasuna postponed.
Of course.
And obviously a sensitive subject, but the passing of Barcelona's team doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Carlos Miñaro.
Yeah. So, obviously a huge impact on
The whole Barcelona community.
the club and the team.
And we're talking about
More than just a game.
way more than a game. This is, impacting their title aspirations as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Puts everything into perspective.
Absolutely.
So let's move to the matches that were played. And I think one that really jumps out
Oh, yeah.
is Getafe's 2-1 victory over
Atletico Madrid.
big upset there.
Huge upset. And what's fascinating about it is how it happened.
Yeah.
Atletico, known for their defense, right, took an early lead.
Right.
And for Getafe to come back, not only score one, but score 2 goals, including that late winner, just speaks volumes.
I mean, are we seeing cracks in Atletico or?
Well, you have to wonder, right? I mean, they had that strong start to the season,
They did.
but maybe some vulnerability are showing.
Yeah. And I think this document really does
Yeah.
emphasize this is a major upset.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like implications.
yeah, Atletico are contenders.
Absolutely. For the top spot.
To drop points like this,
After having the lead.
especially after having the lead, that's a big blow.
Huge.
And then you start to question their consistency.
Especially on the road, right?
On the road, exactly.
And I think when you look at the big picture, this isn't just, 3 points for Getafe.
Right.
This has, a ripple effect on the whole.
The whole title race, absolutely.
Yeah.
Atletico stumbling could allow teams like Real Madrid to gain some ground.
It tightens things up at the top.
Yeah, it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Real Madrid,
Yeah.
they had their own tough match against Rayo Vallecano,
Yeah.
but pulled out a 2-1 victory.
They did.
Mbappe and Vinicius Jr.,
On the score sheet,
as you'd expect.
as you'd expect. I mean, the firepower there is
It's crazy.
incredible. Yeah.
But I think what's interesting is that Rayo Vallecano,
They equalized.
yeah,
They didn't make it easy for them.
No, they did not, and that's what's it's interesting about La Liga. Even the top teams,
Yeah.
they get pushed
Yeah, absolutely.
week in and week out.
Yeah, they had to work for those 3 points.
They really did.
But in the end, Vinicius Jr.
With the winner.
gets the winner.
Yeah,
This document really emphasizes how important that win was.
it's huge.
It pulls them level on points with Barcelona, even with that
Postponed game.
postponed game
Yeah.
kind of hanging over everything. Right. So it creates this fascinating dynamic at the top of the table.
Absolutely.
Real Madrid showing that they can,
They're gritty.
they can dig deep even when they're not at their best.
Yeah,
And Barcelona, dealing with this loss
tough spot.
and knowing that their rivals have closed the gap.
Mentally, that's got to be tough.
Mentally, that's huge going forward.
Yeah. Moving down the table a little bit, Celta de Vigo managed to get
Yeah.
a very important win.
1-0 over Leganés.
Yeah, a tight one.
Very tight. And the document talked about how strong both defenses were.
Yeah.
So I think in these close matches, a lot of it comes down to how that deadlock gets broken.
Right.
And in this case, it was a second half set piece goal for Celta.
Right.
So you have to wonder if Leganés have been struggling with set pieces lately.
Yeah, that's something that they've been susceptible to.
Your coaching staff will definitely be looking at that.
Yeah, and I think the document makes it clear that this is a huge win for Celta,
Oh, yeah.
as they try to distance themselves from that
Relegation zone.
relegation zone
Leganés.
for Leganés.
Yeah.
A setback.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good time.
Yeah, it's going to need to regroup.
Yeah.
Quickly.
We saw another narrow 1-0 victory.
Alavés.
Alavés at home against Villarreal.
At home, and the document really emphasized how disciplined Alavés' defense was.
It sounds like they shut down Villarreal's attack.
Yeah, they really did.
And the only goal came from a defensive error from Villarreal in the first half.
Right. And at this level, those mistakes are costly.
Huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, especially against a well-organized defense like Alavés showed.
Yeah. And so, this win kind of solidifies them.
Mid-table.
Mid-table.
Gives them a bit of breathing room.
Gives them some space.
Yeah, Villarreal, on the other hand, they got to be disappointed.
They couldn't break through.
No.
Valencia CF.
2-1 victory.
2-1 victory over Real Valladolid.
Hard fought.
Yeah. I think the document really emphasizes the resilience
Yeah.
Valencia showed in this match.
Well, they took the early lead.
Right. Which is great. But then Valladolid equalized.
Right, right.
You know, that could deflate some teams.
Yeah.
But they came back and got that second goal.
Second half.
Showing that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this win is really important for Valencia as they're...
Looking at European spots.
Yeah, trying to get into, you know, Champions League.
League, Europa League.
Yeah, Europa League. Conference League.
Yeah, all of that.
All the above.
And I think, you know, on the flip side of that, Real Valladolid.
Yeah, defensively,
they've
got to be better.
They've got to tighten things up.
They've got to tighten things up for sure.
Yeah. We also had a draw.
Athletic Club and Mallorca.
Yeah, 1-1.
Won a really even contest according to the document.
Yeah, both teams scoring in the first half, so.
Lively start to the match.
Yeah.
Chances in the second half for both sides, but nobody could find the winner.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that indicates a pretty balanced performance from both sides.
You know, neither team really able to take control.
Yeah. But, you know, the document does say that this could be a valuable point.
Oh, yeah.
For both teams.
Absolutely. Athletic Club.
Yeah, pushing for that.
High finish. And Mallorca, every point is crucial.
Yeah, just to stay up.
Absolutely, to stay in LaLiga.
Yeah. Real Betis.
Continued their good form.
2-0 victory over Las Palmas.
Dominating from the start.
Yeah. I mean, they looked really good.
The document mentioned that they scored one off a counterattack, which shows their speed and efficiency, but also one from sustained pressure, showing their ability to control the game.
Yeah.
They look really good. And this keeps them in that conversation.
Yeah, that European
place
qualification.
Absolutely.
And it seemed like Las Palmas really
struggled to handle Betis's intensity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something they'll need to figure out, you know, how to deal with these teams that press high and don't let them settle.
Absolutely. And then finally, Sevilla FC.
A big win.
Yeah, 2-1 over
Real Sociedad. And
the document described this as
a thriller.
Yeah, a real back-and-forth match.
Back and forth. High-quality football.
Yeah.
Sevilla takes the lead. Sociedad equalizes.
Right.
And then Sevilla finds that winner in the second half.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a
roller coaster.
Roller coaster for those fans.
Absolutely. And, you know, for Sevilla, a team with European ambitions, a win like that is massive for morale.
For sure.
Real Sociedad, they've been having a good season.
They have.
But this is a disappointing result.
Yeah.
They're going to need to bounce back.
Absolutely. So, I mean, looking back at Matchday 27 as a whole.
Oh, man, so much to unpack.
Pivotal moments,
Totally.
big shifts in the standings.
For sure.
And then that postponement of the Barcelona game really just
it's another layer.
Throws a wrench in things.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think what really stands out to me is Getafe's win over
Atletico.
Yeah, that really throws.
It injects that unpredictability into the top of the table.
Absolutely. You cannot take anything for granted in La Liga.
You can.
Any team can beat any team on any day.
That's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
And then for Real Madrid to, you know.
Match Barcelona's points.
Yeah.
That shows their mentality.
Absolutely. I mean, that title race.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, down to the wire.
Yeah, we saw those big wins for Celta, Alavés, Valencia.
All fighting for different things.
Different objective, yeah.
Survival mid-table. European qualification. It's all there.
Yeah, it's all happening. And then that draw.
Athletic Club and Mallorca.
Yeah.
And those big wins for Betis and Sevilla, all about that European qualification.
So competitive.
So competitive.
Every match matters.
Every match matters.
I think Matchday 27 really showed us, you know, what La Liga is all about.
Oh, yeah. The drama, the excitement.
All there.
Week in and week out.
The story is always evolving.
Absolutely.
You know these results are going to have
a ripple effect.
A ripple effect going forward.
For sure.
Well said. Thank you for
my pleasure.
Breaking it all down.
Happy to be here.
And thank you all for listening to this deep dive into Matchday 27 of La Liga.
EA Sports.
You know, as you're thinking about all the action that happened this weekend, think about how a single result like Getafe over Atletico can really shift the entire landscape.
The whole league.
Of the league. Not just the standings, but the mentality.
A psychology of it all?
Yeah, how teams are approaching things.
Absolutely.
It's so dynamic and it's so unpredictable.
That's what makes it great.
And it really shows how important momentum is.
Huge.
When you're trying to find success in professional sports.
For sure.
So something to think about.
Absolutely.
As we look ahead to the next
match day.
Match day.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See that.